So you're about to do leg day and you want to warm up. What should you do? So for me, leg day is my favorite day in the gym. So the first thing I'm doing when I go in for a leg day is I'm heading to the treadmill. I'm gonna do at least 5 to 10 minutes, either a walk on an incline or a jog, just to get warm, get your muscles flowing. And then you wanna make sure to do a good warm up for your legs so that you don't get injured. Typically on a leg day, because the leg muscles are so big, you want to load. So you want to throw a bunch of weight with what you're doing. Make sure that you feel like you are really working on those leg days. So after I do my 5 to 10 minutes on the treadmill, typically I'll go look for a squat rack to make sure I can get one, and then I'll do my warm-ups there. So the first thing I typically do once I get to the squat rack, we have our lovely squat rack here, is I'll just do some body weight squats. So I'll come down. Typically I'll give my elbows a little bit of a push into my knees just to get a little bit of stretch for my adductors, which can get pretty tight on people if you're sitting all day. So I'll give myself maybe 10 squats where I'm doing a little push at the bottom just to get a little bit of a stretch there. And then I'll keep doing just some body weight squats. So before you load them, you're just doing them with your body weight, getting all of the muscles to engage and turn on before you load. So the next thing I'll typically do is I'll throw in some good mornings. So good mornings are pretty much like you're doing a deadlift or RDLs without any weight. So I'll put my hands behind my head and then I hinge over at the hips, lean forwards until I feel my hamstrings kind of pull in there, and then come back up. So I'm really warming up my hamstrings when I'm doing the good mornings and making sure that those are nice and warm before I do any kind of hamstring work or deadlifts to avoid getting any kind of hamstring strain or feeling too sore in those tomorrow. So I'll do those two, and then typically I'll do a little bit more of a adductor or groin stretch. So I'll come down onto one leg here, nice and deep, and then stretching out the inside of this left leg when I'm down on my right knee. Crawl over to the other side, hold there for a few seconds, bringing the foot up towards the ceiling, crawl back over. So none of these that have stretches in them are we holding for a long amount of time. Just a few seconds, more of a dynamic stretch here, just going back and forth between the legs. So after that, typically I'll start loading, give myself very light weight to start. So you always want to start light. If you're doing barbell work, please do just a set with the bar before you load up, work your way up, and get those legs nice and strong.